Okay, Tim wants me to play Factory Town, but I am just not in the mood to think right now. I really want to go back to bed. We're going to try a new game of Beltex because they just introduced something new. Okay, you gotta do this, right pan, wheel mouse, zoom in and out, pause it, next. So, Beltex is kind of a factory game, and it's really interesting because there's no cost to build things, but we have a hub here in the middle, and we're at level 1, and we need to feed the hub with the number in white that it wants. So it wants 20 of the number 1. So you go down here, and there's lots of ways you can do it. I've seen people, because it's a hex game, I've seen people build hexes like this, and then build your belt out. And then you feed, this is all clicking and dragging, you feed these number 1s into that belt. And then let's go out here, and we're gonna just plunk it right into there. So this is one method of grabbing or mining, extracting your numbers. So we need to feed it the number 1 20 times, and it won't take long. It's early stage. There is some background music to this game, but there's only 2 tracks, and so it gets really monotonous. So we've unlocked adders, and so in order to get to the next level, we need 30 of the number 2. So I'm going to pull off of here, and we're going to belt out and belt in. So now we're adding. Oops, I did this wrong. There's no costs for any of this stuff, so you can just delete it and rebuild it all you want. So we're going to put 1 into A, and we're going to put 1 into B, and then this is going to output our 2. And we'll just connect it like that. Nice and easy. We're going to see our adder output the number 2. And we need 30 of those. So while that's running, and then there's nothing really to look at, in the upper right you've got 4 buttons. You've got your menu, which gives you your options. You've got U, which is incredibly important because this is your upgrade. So you can see that I did not stop feeding the number 1 into our hub because we need 100 ones to upgrade belt speed. So there's a reason to leave some belts still feeding into the main hub. I think this is new. Just came with the update today, where it shows you the numbers that you've delivered into the hub and how many. So you can look through that. It's kind of a fun little thing to do. The other button here on the far left is you click that, and no matter where you are, you go straight to the hub. If you scroll out, you can see that this map, as far as I know, is infinite. There's no I can keep going to the right and going and going and going and going and going, and it's still just going to generate the map and keep on going. So I don't know if there's an end to this game, but that's a nice feature to have that button to hit, so you can come zip right back here. Now you've seen my 1s are unlocked by default, and you see here, once we collect 30 of the number 2, we're going to unlock extraction 2, and that means this group here of number 2s, which are grayed out, will then have access to extract. The numbers go all the way up to 9, so you have to keep going and feeding the hub with numbers that it requires to unlock the next number, and it takes a while. I think my other playthrough, I think I'm on level 30 or something, 34, and I just unlocked extractor 9 ores or resources. So other than that, there's not much to the game. We're gonna unlock some things here, and that is how it's gonna go. Now we're gonna unlock some other buildings So now here we can see that our belt, we have 146 and counting, so we can upgrade our belt speed. Now it needs 1,000 of number 1, and it needs 500 of the number 20. We don't have multipliers yet, so we got to keep going for that. But we didn't unlock extractors 2. You stinkers, you lied to me. I need 50 now. Oh, 50 of the number 3. So here's where it kind of gets a little bit fun. Like any game, this is how I do it, and it's probably not right. I don't care. It's just the way I like doing things, okay? So we have a bunch of adders that we can, let's just do 5 for funsies. And if I belt these down, and then modify them up like this, we're gonna get a bunch of, now I need to belt out, I need to feed these 2s out of here, and let's just plug all this in. And this is 100% overkill. I'm not, for now it's kind of overkill, but you're gonna need a lot of 1s to feed into this so that you can have a lot of 2s coming out. Later we'll unlock bridges, which really helps with the flow of things, but here you can see we've got a lot of number 2s, and so I'm going to grab these. Oops. Demolish with X. Let's grab the 3, which is our feeder here. I'm going to belt this down, and there's no right or wrong way to do any of this. I'm just starting off. There's a potential to rebuild a lot of things here. So I've got 2s and I've got 1s coming down. So here's another way that we can use the adder, and we got to be kind of careful with this going forward, because I can't cross. I mean, I guess I could cross my streams, but I don't want to. So at first, it's kind of a slow process. And I'm intentionally trying not to add too much to the belts into the hub, because it'll get to a point where, I mean, you don't want things to slow down and get blocked up and gunked up. So you'll have multiple belts coming into the main hub. But like with our upgrades, we're going to unlock some things. We got an adder, we have a multiplier and a subtractor that we're going to unlock. So most of the basic arithmetic operations will be handled. Now, I'm sure somebody who's watching this has already played this and said, well, why didn't you just, there's an easy way to do that. I'm sure there is, all right? If you like playing this, knock yourself out. This is on Steam. It's like $4. So it's not like the most complicated, graphically amazing game, but it's fun, okay? It's very pleasing to watch, especially later on when you get multiple hubs going and big numbers. You got to try and figure out how to get 1,111 all built out with multipliers and adders and all the resources that you have available to unlocked at that time. And you know, there's some thinking that you got to do about it, but it's not too complex. This isn't Kerbal Space Program. We're not trying to launch rockets and land them on the moon. We're just doing some math in a factory style. One thing to talk about real quick is I don't know, there's no like real math on any of this stuff. I don't know, let's take a look. It just says speed. We're gonna go from 1.5, that's the belts. If we look at our extractor, it's 0.2. But if we watch this, I don't know what 0.2 means. There's really no math that I can find. Like they'll blink when they mine. I blinked. Let's get out my calculator. My timer. clock, stopwatch. This is really rough. Blink. Let's do a lap. 0.5 seconds, or 5 seconds. So these will mine every 5 seconds. That's my guess. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will blink. I didn't do that one. Let's reset. Start. About the same. So every 5 seconds to start with. Oh, let's stop that. It'll count forever. So I think 5 seconds is the default, but it doesn't say how many it holds. I don't know. So there's still a lot of unknowns. I just like to overkill everything, and I'll just mine. If I've got stuff backed up, that means I'm fine with it. I don't ever want the main output number to be waiting on something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with it being backed up like this. Okay, we're 2 away. Let's see what we unlock. Extraction number 2. We should get the number 2 to pop up here soon. Boing. So there's all my number 2s. So now we need the number 5. And that should be pretty easy because we're outputting 3s and 2s. At least we know how to do that. But we have 2s already unlocked. So I'm going to leave all this stuff going because I still want 1s, I still want 2s, and I still want 3s to unlock my next upgrade. So I'm going to move to a new area and just let this, I'm going to forget about it. So I have 2s and 1s now unlocked. And let's grab some, yep, that's fine. X. And we can put extractors up here. And then we'll grab these 1s. Just because that's the way I do things, okay? Let's grab these and pull them up to each other, and then I can pull these up. So we need, what did it say, 5s. So I need 3s and 2s, and I need to add those together. So let's go real quick, and let's do 3s and 2s. So I need to add, this will work. Let's unbelt that. X. And then X this. So I need 3s. So no matter how we do it. So stamp them down. We got plenty of space. That's one thing this game loves to give you, is just space to do everything. So we're gonna make 3s up here. So I need 2s and 1s. Let me think about this for a second. It shouldn't be this deep, but it's gonna be. So I need. How did I do it down here? It's 2s and 1s. So we're gonna belt this in. We're gonna drop down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this actually. Drop this down. I need 70 of them. Like I said, it takes a while to get things going at first. There's my 2s. Let's get some 1s going. And that's going to output my 3s. And then I want my 3s. Let's just do this for fun. No, not just yet. I need to space them out just a smidge more. So my 3s are going to come down. My 2s are going to come up and over and down. And then I've got my output. Come down here, And then I can just zip it back down, back into here. This is not pretty. I'll be the first to admit it. This is not pretty, but it's working. And until we unlock bridges, there's not a better solution that I've found that I can work with. So, but we're set up for the future. Once we get bridges, we can lay a lot of this stuff down and have a better output. So that's going to take a while. I'll just probably cut to the next scene. Okay, so you didn't have to watch all that. That was a nightmare. So now we're at 100, and we've unlocked the multiplier. And this is going to be a big deal because now we have 5s coming in. We need 10s, right? So now we have 5s coming out. Let's look at our upgrades. I don't need 5s for anything, so I can kind of pull off that line and use this multiplier here. Oops, let's put it down just a smidge. Let's put it there, and I can grab 5s coming out, and I can grab these. Yeah, let's just grab these 2s out, and we're gonna put the 10s right back on here because we're gonna take A and B and we're gonna multiply it. So 5s. Let's kill that, so it's just 5s. And we're going to add some 2s coming in here, right? 2 times 5 is 10. Nice and easy. So we're going to see the 2s and the 5s go in. And we're going to see 10 come out. Oh, like magic. 10s come out. We need 100 of those. So it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute to do that, and that's fine. Let's hit our center so we can always come back to that. So we still need 1s. We still need 2s, 3s. We're building 10s, but we can also take these and start making our 20s for faster belt speed, right? This is probably not smart. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off every other 10 because 10's coming in, and we're going to multiply that by 2. So 10 times 2 is going to be 20. So now we're going to have 10s and 20s coming out, but it's going to take a long time, and I'm not going to make you watch all this because it's going to be stupid long. Right, there's our 20s, so we got 10s coming in. Bridge is the next thing to unlock, and we're going to be going crazy after that. So if we look at our meters here, we've already got a 120. We're coming up, just keep feeding it ones. These resources never expire. It's going to pull up 1 forever. So it's not like we have to go find more 1 resources someplace. It just keeps pulling out of there, so who cares? We're just going to keep doing it. So we've got 1s, 20s, we've got all the numbers that we need, and yeah, we'll be back. All right, coming up on 100, number 10s. We're getting there. How do you pass the time, Aaron? TikTok. TikTok. Or YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. We're coming up on it. And there's not really a lot of wikis for this game yet. I mean, it's a small game. It's not very... I only know about it because YouTube. Catherine of Sky had it on one of her... She'd played it. I'm like, okay, she's playing it, so it's got to be a good, fun little factory game, but I'm not going to watch anything that she has on it just yet because I want to see how far I can get. Because in my opinion, Catherine of Sky has got to be she's next level factory games. She just gets it. It just makes sense to her, and she can do the math in her head and do all that crazy stuff to get perfect balances. And oh, here's how you do this, and here's how you do that. And I'm like, well, you're playing it for the first time. How'd you figure that out? Crazy lady. Love it. So whenever I'm stuck in Factorio or any other game, Timberborn, she plays that one. Whenever I'm stuck, I go, all right, how's Catherine doing it? Let me do it right. Let me do it better, more efficient. But for this, there's not a whole lot to it. Here we go, coming up. And she does have a series of videos, I think 5 or 6 maybe videos on this game. So if you want to learn how Catherine does it, knock yourself out. Oh, bridges. Now we got next level stuff going with bridges. I'll show you how they work. First of all, let's come up here and look at our upgrades and see what we've unlocked. Adders are going to be faster. Extractors are going to be faster, and we're still working on our 20s for our belt speed, but we're just going to leave things running. And so our next number is 20. We need to feed 20. We're already ahead of the game, but now we have bridges. So let's go back here and revisit this setup, and we're going to add in some bridges to this. I'm going to put one here, and as you can see, it's still going to keep feeding down the line. We're going to go ahead and pre-do all this. So bridges basically just takes your belt path and lets it hop over any other belt, or kind of like pass through any other belts that are going through there. So I can easily now come in here and drop all of these down, and you can see they're passing through each other, and that is exactly what we want to have happen. As we go through this, I can come in here and add bridges to all of these as well, and drop my 3s down. It's not where I wanted it. X. I want my 3s. It's at the right button here. Have my 3s come through. I'm going to have all my 2s come in. Let's cancel that. 2's going to come here, and then just drop them down. So now it's far more efficient having everything just plop down into where it needs to go, and you can see that we've got a higher output. So let's delete this real quick. Let's have all of our 5s come out, and this is where we kind of need to start spreading some things out, in my opinion, just so that it works a little smoother. So we have 3s coming out, we've got 5s and 6s, and it doesn't matter if you have numbers going in that don't match what you need. It's totally fine. It doesn't matter. And that probably comes from a mistake that I made temporarily. But just because a 6 comes in, it's not going to stop it from going in, even though we're not being asked for 6s. But what we are doing is we're still feeding it 5s, which we don't really need right now. If you look at the upgrades, we don't need 5s. We need 20s, so we need 5 times 10. Let's get my numbers on the right key, fingers on the right keys here. So we've got 5 times 10. We're going to take our multipliers. We're going to drop this down. And like I said, we've got plenty of space to work with, so we're not ever going to be really hurting for space. Let's get rid of that. We're going to drop this down. And we're going to add our 2s into here. Let's bring these over and up. Let's drop that in there. One thing that you can do is a little secret. Let's add this. Let's have this come back this way. Oops. Sorry. Make everybody sick. Just because we all got to go that way. So feed this output real quick. We can see our 2s are going in. So our 5s, if you hold shift and drag a belt, it will automatically put your bridge over whatever other lines or belts that are being put there. So we got 5 times 10. These are going to come out. We need 20s. I do need tens still, but let's cross that bridge a little later because I want to have my multipliers come down here. Let's add 5 of these, and you can pick any number you want. I just do 5s because it's a fun number. So we got 2s. We're gonna split the 2s off. Here, let's have 10s go down. We're gonna hold the shift and bring our 2s down. And then we're gonna have our 2s come down here, and we're gonna split off into the A's. I like to try and keep it uniform. Shift and drag 10s down to the B's section. We're still on belts. Let's just drag this down into there. Copy those. And then we can have our 20s just come right in. Belts, 20s. So we've got 10s and 2s coming. We could use some more 2s. Let's feed that one in. And we still have all these 1s up here that we could utilize to make whatever we want, but we've also got a setup over here that's got 2s. And so if I take, let's just do this, and then we'll belt this out if we want to, because we do need more 2s. And let's bring it here and then down and then into the 2s. Then we can cancel that. That way these are all backed up. This is going great. Let's keep this going up here. I know it's kind of wonky, but who cares? I don't care. So yeah, we got 2s and 5s. We're making 10s. Are you making 10s? You should be making 10. There's a 10. Then we got 2s coming from here, belting over. So this is going quite well. Quite well. So the only thing that we're really not making at this point is 10s into the main factory, but I don't care right now. Doesn't really matter. So we've got 2s backed up, got our 5s and our 1s, and we really don't need, well, we need this for 3s. Yeah, so this is all going pretty good. I do want 10s though. Let's take a look around and see what we got here. If I zoom out, 2 4s and a 5. We could build a whole other process down here. So it's going to give us 3s. I need 5s, so that's going to be 4s. 2 times 2 plus 1. Let's do that. So let's build a list. Get lots of 1s coming through here. And then we can get 2s coming through here. I don't know. It's your game. When you play it, you can figure out how to do the best method that you want. So we've got 2 times 2. Let's just feed both of these in. 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have 2s coming in here. And 2s coming in here. So drop the A's in real quick. Shift, drop the B's. And again, there's no resources needed for any of this, so we can build and rebuild as much as we want. Let's add our outputs. So this is 2 times 2. It's going to come out as 4, right? If I did my math right. So yeah, we'll just have these come in here. And okay, priorities is the next thing that we've unlocked. I haven't really used priorities much, but that's a thing that we can do. Let's do 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is going to be 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Right? Let's have these come back. We can take these and drop them down. We're going to have another 2 coming in, or a 1 to make our 5s. Just drops our 5s out. So then we got 5s coming out. Let's drop our 1. So 5 plus 4, or 1 plus 4 is going to be 5. 5 is out. And then we can take our other 2s, build a bridge. Right? These are going to come out. We're going to multiply 5 times 2. And let's just start here. Get 5 of those. Actually, let's delete all these. Bring these down, bring you down and back, and then 2's this way. Multipliers here, 2, 3, 4, oops. Yeah, we'll just do that. Drag 1s down. 2's in. 2 times 5 is going to be 10. We'll put this out this way. And then we can drag it this way, and then re-drag it this way. Up into there. It's going to be our 10s. I mean, yeah, it's a hot mess. I don't care. I really don't. Everything's running. It's fine. If I really wanted to, I could. Seems like 5s are going to be a hang-up, but I don't care. It's just going to happen over time, and that's okay. Okay, so we've unlocked priorities, and it's just, priorities are just a way to say, hey, if I have this output, I want to feed this line first before you split off and send data this way. And then you click it again to clear it. I haven't really found a big use for this just because there's so much space to work with things. But now we need 25s. We still need 20s coming in. But what we can do is, we got 5s here. I need 325s. Like, I just want to keep this going, man. But I need 25s. So this is where I would have a whole other setup going. Because I don't want to diminish what I'm using here. We got 2s and 1s. Let's just build it here. I don't care. Let's drag this as a nice. Let's drag these down. So I've got 20s and then we got 1s. Pull off here. What do we need? 25. So I need 2 times 2. Let's just drag this out this way. There's no right or wrong way to do things in this game. It's just how you figured out how you want it to work. So let's grab these. We're just gonna pull off. Yeah, it's ugly. I don't care. I'm gonna grab these, this line. Let's grab another segment. two times 2 is going to be 4. Let's output that this way. It's 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So let's drop this down this way. So we're going to drop it down, come back in. This way is going to come out 1, down, over, and in. Into my A's. Holding shift to bring the 4s down. Bring the 5s out. Oops. Ah, Q does work. Alright. It's got some hiccups. That's okay. Can delete that. Hiccups are okay. There's the problem. Didn't hold shift. So we can kill those, drag it back down. Kill them, rebuild them. So I want all the 2s out. It seems like 4 is going to be our problem, and that's okay. Because what we can do is bring this out some more. You do unlock copy paste, but not till later in the game. So we'll drag this down, have it come out, down, kill this. And it's still not very effective, so what I can do is let's kill all of these, have them come up, over, down, into here. Actually, let's feed it into here. That way we're kind of helping it out a little bit. So we just need 4s, 1s, we got 5s and 8s. Let's kill all of those. Okay, so we got 5 coming in. We need 2s. Here's where we can prioritize. So let's grab. So we got 5s out, multipliers. Doesn't really matter how we go. Let's put them there. What am I building? 25s? Okay. So we can split this off into there. And then we still need some 2s. Let's grab these, come down here, holding shift. Just gonna put them all right there. I can drag the 2s in. That seems to be flowing well. We got 5s. 5 times 2 is gonna be 10. This is such a hot mess. This is gonna be 10 coming out. Let's grab these twos. I don't care if it takes forever to get from A to B. Once it's flowing, it's fine. So we can put these out, these out. Let's grab 2 lines and let's have them go out here. Here and here. Just get them going. Right? I want my 2s. So 5 times 2 is gonna be, or 10 times 2 is gonna be 20. Let's bring them down. Have them come this way. 10 times 2, we're gonna have you come this way. Is there a better way to do it? Yes. Do I care? No. Because I want to do things my way. So this is going to be 20 out. All right. 10 times 2 is 20. We're going to take this, we're going to split this off, hold shift so it passes over. And then we've got our adders. We're going to take our 20s down, bring them in. Take our 5s down, bring them in. These are all outs. Hold shift, oops, 20 plus 5 or 5 plus 20, it doesn't matter. So we've got 25s coming out. And in, bang, there we go, 25s. Slow 25s, but as we've been working, we're still feeding 1s and 20s so we can upgrade our belt speed just a little bit. And now we're going to need 20s and 59s to upgrade our belt. So yeah, it's going to get a little crazy. But we don't have subtractors yet. So we're going to have to do additional math to figure out 5s to get 59. 5 and 4, it's not a big deal. So we'd have a line making 50s. That's where it gets crazy. We can take 25s times 2 to get our 50s. So that's a possibility. And I'm getting some blood sugars coming down. So I've got our multipliers. They're going to work a little bit faster from 1.25 to 2. Let's go ahead and get that going. So our multipliers are going to function a little bit quicker. So I'm going to let this run. It's going to take a while. I'm going to let it run. I'm going to get something to eat with some protein.